Ilkay, looking forward to the game, and Erling Haaland, can you give us your thoughts on how well he's settled in with your team?
I think very well. I mean, the numbers, they speak for themselves. I think he's doing great on the pitch, but also his character, his attitude, his determination also off the pitch is something incredible. And for such a young boy, he's very mature, and I think his future is very bright. I think he's gonna show us a lot more, not just this season, also for the next few years. And I think the club signed an incredible player and also an incredible person.
Has he expressed any particular excitement or nerves even playing against his old club?
No, I saw him very happy actually after the draw. After he saw that we are playing Dortmund. He was sitting right next to me and he was very happy. He was actually asking me what I was thinking, and I think we are both excited, to play against our former team. Obviously, it's quite in the past. I'm already more than 6 years here now, so for him it's probably going to be a lot more special than for me, because he will know 95% of the squad still. I personally know still a few players, and I'm really looking forward not just for the game here tomorrow, also for the game in Dortmund. So obviously it's a special occasion for both of us.
And is he the man? You've come so close in the last couple of seasons in the Champions League. Is he the man who can make that real difference to you and take you over the line and win the trophy?
We hope for it. I mean, obviously having a proper number 9, a proper striker now, physically strong, determined, is going to help us a lot. But we will see. I mean, obviously, the Champions League is something incredible to achieve. It's a very tough competition. It's never easy, and sometimes little details can decide the outcome. So obviously, we're going to try again this year to come as far as possible, and to play a good role in this competition again.
Hi Ilkay. There's plenty of links. There's you, there's Erling, there's Sergio Gomez, there's Manuel now as well. Do you take the emotion out of it tomorrow night, or do you use that somehow in the game?
I'm sure it's impossible to take it out, because either of us will have memories, attached obviously to Dortmund. And I believe all 4 of us, we have mainly positive memories, I think. So it's going to be quite difficult to take out the emotions completely. I mean, obviously, you deal with them always as a professional football player, and you try to deal with them in the best possible way. But I think it's about using them to, in your favor, and go from there. Maybe not to be overexcited, and just try to keep calm and cool, which can be sometimes the most difficult thing in football.
Okay, what differences will Erling notice in terms of the transition from the Bundesliga to the Premier League? I know he's scored a lot of goals early, but the Bundesliga seems a very structured league. You only play so often, whereas in England you get all these games. Is that a particular difficulty he's gonna have in the weeks and months ahead?
No, I don't think. I think he started already incredible, and I just think the way is going to continue like that. Of course, the Bundesliga is a different competition. The games, especially with Dortmund, might be a bit more open. He might have more space to run into, which is maybe not always the case here, because also the way we approach the games, we always face teams playing quite deep, quite defensively strong. So that might be something that he needs to adapt to. But he has done that already, by example, playing against a team like Nottingham Forest, and he scored 3. So I think he has shown already that he can adapt in a certain style, and can just continue like that.
Hi, Ilkay. Pep, after the Napoli game, said that you sometimes rush the ball a bit too quickly to Erling. Do you understand his remarks about that?
After which game, sorry?
Not the Napoli game, the Seville game. Sorry. that you sometimes rush the ball a bit too fast to Erling, that you could be a bit more patient in the build-up. Do you understand what he means?
Yeah, I understand. I'm not sure if that was particularly something connected to Erling, but obviously we know that we now have someone, who can make these kind of runs. But I've just mentioned before, and probably the manager knows it much better than me, that teams are going to start playing deeper and deeper against us. Not just in the Premier League, maybe even in the Champions League as well. So that might be even more difficult for us, to play these kind of through balls or balls behind their back. So it's about taking your patience and try to wait for the right moment to punish the teams.
When you have that striker making those runs, because he's always making those runs, can it be a bit difficult as a midfielder when you see that he's doing it, not to choose him?
Maybe yes, but it's also important that he continues to make these runs, even though he might get the ball in just, 10% of the cases that he makes the runs, but he will always force the defense to react, and that's going to open space for other players as well, So it's incredibly important for us to have him and him continuously making these runs, because that's not just going to create chances for him, it's going to create also chances for other players.
Hi, Ilkay.
Hi.
Congratulations on being named captain. In terms of that, Fernandinho left in the summer, Alex Zinchenko as well, two big guys in the dressing room, and Sterling and Jesus too. How is the dressing room any different this season in terms of voices and characters, and is there anything that you need to do differently as captain to kind of fill in maybe?
I think the atmosphere is quite similar, to be honest. Obviously, we lost good players, but also really good guys who are important, for the positivity that we have in the dressing room, for the atmosphere. But I think also with new players, coming in and also stepping up, you kind of see also the way through their characters, and them contributing also to the whole atmosphere. So I think that's never really an issue. That's something that every team in the world needs to deal with, recruiting new players and having players leaving. And my personal role might change a little bit, but it's really more about what's happening around the team, probably, in terms of organization and dealing with a few things. But I was lucky enough, to have someone like Fernandinho, and even this season I contacted him and I asked him for a couple of advices in a few things. So he helped me out already, even though he's not here anymore. But obviously it's a new role for me as well. It's something that I might need to grow into a little bit as well. But me personally, I don't try to change too many things. I try to lead by example. And even though maybe I'm not the loudest one, in the dressing room, I try to lead with my actions, and with going forward always. And that's really it. We have a lot of characters, in that team. Who are loud, who are quiet, everyone is different. So obviously that's something that naturally takes this process throughout the season.
Hi, Ilkay. I just wondered if you could talk about how important Dortmund was in your career. Obviously starting off with a bit of disappointment at Schalke, but then it was Dortmund really where you sort of shone. Incredibly important, actually. I mean, I had 4 years with JürgenKlopp. I had 1 year with Thomas Tuchel at Dortmund, and I am very grateful, to be honest, what they have offered me. How much they taught me, how much the club gave to me, and I feel privileged to have played for a team like Borussia Dortmund. And also being able to win the league with them, to win the cup with them. It was extraordinary, and I wouldn't want to miss it a second, and that's why I will always remember the time that I had there, the 5 incredible years I had there, and still have connections, to the team, to have two connections to the people around the team, and it was a big honor for me to be a Borussia Dortmund player.
Last couple in English, please, guys.
Hi, Ilkay. You're into the last 12 months of your contract here now. Where do you see your sort of long-term future? You're still happy here, presumably?
I'm very happy. I was throughout all the time that I'm already at the club. But obviously it's football, you know, in some ways it's also a business. So we will see what's going to happen at the end of the season. But I just try to contribute to the team with the way I play, with my football, in the best possible way. And then we're going to see what will happen next season.
Okay, sorry. This team has come so close to winning this competition, obviously semi-finals last year, final the year before that. What have you learnt as a group about from those near misses, if you like, and what do you feel it will take to finally go all the way?
I think the most important thing in that competition is that the margin of doing mistakes, or I don't know, the little details that just decide, you know, especially when it comes to quarterfinals, semi-finals, and final, obviously. The margin is just so tight that no mistakes are really allowed, you know. I mean, obviously, in the last few years, the way we got knocked out was in some way maybe a little bit tragic. In the way it happened, to be honest. But I don't think that we should regret anything. At the end of the day, it's always an experience for us. It was incredible, you know, to play the final with this team, with this club, even though we have lost it. But it was an incredible experience. And as a competitor, you always take it as it is, you know, you learn from it, you try to get there again and to do better. And that's all we can do at the end of the day. So the target again for this season is the same, to try to reach the maximum and to see what's going to happen.
Last question, please, guys, at the back.
Hello, Ilkay. I'm from the Norwegian Broadcast Corporation. I was wondering how you and the other players feel about all the attention Erling is getting in the media. Can it be a bit too much?
It's okay for me, actually. I guess because I am a player who doesn't really need that much attention. But I don't think it's any problem so far. I mean, if you score that amount of goals that he's doing, then probably in the modern day of football, it's quite normal that you get all this attention, and so you probably deserve it as well. But honestly, I didn't think 1 second that it's gonna cause any issues in the team. So as long as he keeps doing that, I'm more than happy with him getting all the attention.
Thank you, guys.
Cheers.